AI is everywhere. Seriously, everywhere. Um, I mean, I could go on any social media network and find you content of AI in like 10 scrolls. But I do want to talk about this AI. The thing about AI is two things. The first thing that I notice with AI is the lack of human touch, which is obvious, okay? It's AI. It's at the end of the day, it's code, it's machine, it's running off of human things, human content. I mean, every single AI model, ChatGPT, Grok, fucking, I don't know, Copilot, all run on other content. I mean, obviously, right? I mean, how else are they going to be able to train these LLMs? And how are they going to be able to up the ability of their LLMs? So, with that being said, the lack of human touch is surprising. I mean, seriously, something with AI content is just so dead. Like, it is really obvious with AI, not even that it doesn't look realistic. That's not even the point. My point with this is AI is like everybody has that second like instinct about AI, right? It's something that in my opinion is something super obvious to us because it just lacks the human factor so much. Seriously, I mean, it's like a second wind when you find something with AI and something in your brain is telling you something's not adding up because the human element is not there, which is completely warranted. Like, seriously, it's actually just content that's dead. And most people hate it. You probably hate it. And you are completely allowed to be in that. Because I'm in that, right? I hate that content. I'm not gonna lie. It is something that just, it's so annoying to even look at, to watch. I mean, dude, when Sora came out, man, that's done irreparable damage. Whether it's Jake Paul in a tutu or, you know, MLK dapping up Tupac, or that might actually happen. Or my point is, besides the MLK thing, uh, my point is, AI has made it to the point where content has become so devoid when you watch it that you just really don't want to watch it. Like, for example, right? These videos that I am doing, these videos, I know they're not the most high quality. Like, they aren't, right? This is the second video going to be uploaded to the channel. And it's going to have a bit of editing, hopefully. um, and obviously, I'm way better at talking, much improved. But something about it is just nice, Like, I would personally, like, a small YouTube channel with like 90 subs, which to me is humongous. Uh, you know, a small YouTube channel with 90 subs with a video that's like 11 views. You can watch that video and you're not gonna like hate on it. The reason you don't really see much hate is because it still has the human element. It's a human. But even the biggest AI real content, most viewed thing ever is gonna have a lot of hate because there's no human thing there, which is obvious. It's so obvious, and AI cannot replicate that. It can't replicate the soul of content. It just doesn't have that. Because the soul of content is you. You. You, the viewer, are watching the content, right? But it is up to the creator to imbue themselves, whether it's through this, where I am talking, showing myself on camera, talking to the camera in the most honest way I possibly can to myself. Obviously, with every creator, there is going to be some acting on camera that is just natural, um, but that's just everybody. But as much as you can, and you show that through so many things in content. That's the most amazing thing about it, is you can show it through this, but you can show it through your editing, you can show it through your cinematography, you can show it through your color correction, and you can show it through, like, your voice, your channel, your platform even, because there are different audiences on each platform, and you can cater to those. And AI can't do that. It can't cater. It can't give you a personal touch of creativity with its editing. It can't give you a personal creative touch with its cinematography. And it certainly cannot give you a personal touch through itself. The second thing about AI is it has become so prevalent, in normal life, in our economy, in education, that the point of the matter is, for better or worse, we are kind of stuck with it, until it dies out and the next craze comes around, or it actually becomes refined and a fine member to the ecosystem of our society. But the reality is we're stuck with it, right? It's not going to go away. Way too far down the track to go away. And there's too much into it to go away. And if we did try to pull away, economically there'd be a hit. Culturally, socially, there would be kind of a hit, which is kind of insane to say. I mean, the hit from AI to social and cultural stuff is not really known, but there is that little glimpse. Like, if AI just went away, right? Well, yeah, homework assignment. A little bit harder when you're stuck on a question and can't just quickly ask ChatGPT to explain it, right? Code bases, right? Programmers, for instance, since, CS major over here, um, they will use like GitHub Copilot or different things like in VS Code or Cursor or different software like this, which have AI built in to help with the editing process, which is very helpful for giving you functions that are repeated, which are called boilerplate, which is basically functions that are basically just built once because you're going to be using this for a task you're going to do over and over again, and nobody wants to recode the same thing over and over and over again. So you just make one little thing and boom. But you don't have to do that if you can tell an AI to do that simple boilerplate code. If you can tell AI to do that simple boilerplate code, then boom, like, great, you know. Um, but in that way, like the social and the cultural aspect, like AI, for better or worse, again, is just been injected into everything in our lives. And is that great? Is that what AI should be? You can have that discussion, but it's kind of a discussion you should have, but it's been so far down the track that what are you gonna do? The only thing you can do is still talk about it, still talk about steps when it comes to the ethical aspects of it, how far we should go with AI, what its actual useful applications are. I mean, the most useful one is in healthcare. Um, I mean, this is at this point old news in AI, that AI can just go through so many protein sequences and different DNA structures so quickly, way quicker than a human could ever do, and accelerates cures and research. That's amazing. That's a great use for AI. And I don't think anybody would really argue you on that fact. But the point is, there's so many, like, for lack of a better term, useless cases to use AI that it's kind of looked in this way of like, hey, AI is something that we're stuck with. And but it's stuck with in the fact for us like, hey, ChatGPT, can you do this homework question? Or you're asking it a real quick to double check on like a cool fact, like, oh, I don't have an example. You get the point. It's kind of just used for like everyday tasks or like, you know, if you're really stuck in a homework assignment, right? When businesses and top corporations and things like that are looking at it as like the future to replace jobs, or at least some jobs, and um, initiating it into workplaces, and thinking of AI as this thing that's just the ultimate productivity tool, and people using it to start different companies. I mean, dude, so many different AI stuff pops up of just uh, like in the programming space. Since I know you have Cursor, but then you also have GitHub Copilot, right? And then you also have Claude by Anthropic, and then you also have ChatGPT still, and then you have in VS Code its own thing, and then you have in PyCharm its own thing. That took a long time, Jesus. Uh, in PyCharm its own thing, and that's like five, right? Like five, six different AIs for like the same thing, right? Two or more general purpose: ChatGPT, Grok, Claude. Okay, three. But then you have two competing ones like Cursor's AI, GitHub Copilot, and PyCharms. So three general purpose, three that are for coding. That's a lot of competition, and they just pop up. That really, I mean, seriously, probably like 2 months from now, there's gonna be another one. Kind of how it works when it comes to AI. But it's like two truths and two ideas about AI that are just like so interesting. I mean, AI not having a human touch, sure, obvious, you can say, but the fact that AI has already become such like an integrated part of our society to this point where if we tried to get rid of it, it would actually be at the detriment to us, is both very interesting because of the speed it happened at. I mean, if we're talking like iPhones, the first iPhone, right, was like released over a decade ago at this point, right? Well over a decade ago. Probably almost 2 decades ago, right? And it didn't really get commonplace for years. ChatGPT's been out for like probably what, within the past 5 years, and it became mainstream like 2 or 3 years ago, right? So even we can even see a lot of use for it during COVID time. So it's just insane the speed it's sped into our society and just gotten stuck in there. Um, and it's interesting, definitely. It's very interesting, but it's also just kind of saddening in a way. I don't know how to explain it, but it's kind of saddening that such an integral part of our society now, or let me change that. Something that became integral to our society just heightened the amount of technology that's in our society rather than human and human connection. You probably have seen this a lot, but loneliness, right, is at an all-time high, right? And one of the biggest reasons for this is tech. Seriously, it's tech. It's social media. It's being able to sit at your phone and scroll on TikTok for 3 hours straight and not being bored. Like, honestly, it's being able to stream any show on Netflix from the comfort of your home, right? It's all of these things. And then on top of that, we've added AI, which can talk to you, have conversations, explain almost anything to you, code your project, solve your homework, do anything. Almost anything. And that's sad because it does almost anything but replace human and human connection, which it will never do. It just won't. They do talk about AI superintelligence, but the thing about superintelligence is it's just that with AI, intelligence. It's not super connection. It's not super humanity. Super intelligence. So that's the saddening part, I think, is that most of our society has become even more integrated into tech, in a technology thing, in a not a human thing. If AI was this amazing facilitator of human connection, that would be amazing. But it's not. It's just not. It's given you even more of a reason to not text your friend for help on the homework because you can just ask ChatGPT to do it. It's given you more of a question to not ask your parents about something because you can just ask ChatGPT about it. You have an embarrassing question? Huh, screw it. You don't even have to ask Google. Ask ChatGPT. And you don't even have to search for the answer yourself. Ask ChatGPT. It's really saddening because AI has so many useful use cases, but I think the main focus for the use of AI has been in the negative direction. And I think most people are using it in the negative direction. Heck, even me included, right? It's a wake up call to me first, right? That AI is not this thing to be replacing anything human connection wise, right? So, in my opinion, keep that in mind. Please do not think of AI as being able to replace anything human, any human connection. Don't always go to AI. You can go to it because it's part of our lives, but do not go to it all the time because that is dangerous and that is losing a lot if you just default to AI all the time. So that's what I want to leave you with. And when it comes to this, when it comes to everything I say, my full point with this is to just tell you that we are having a conversation. Drop your comment about anything you disagree with. Would love to talk, right? Because like, at the end of the day, this is a conversation. It's a conversation with myself about things that I think about and want to talk to myself about. You're just included because you're right here. It's easy to do, and you're being able to be interacted with through a camera. And do not forget that you are very important as the viewer, and I thank you for joining in my conversation, I guess. Um, thank you for sticking through. And again, with everything I said, just please keep it in mind.